Now, there was violence on the streets of Dublin yesterday as protesters clashed with police at a site which has been designated to house asylum seekers. Reacting to the protests, Irish Prime Minister Simon described the violence as reprehensible and accused the protesters of looking to sow fear and division. Well, let's now cross over to Dublin and speak with GB News reporter Dougie Beattie. Dougie, welcome to the show. So this is a situation we've been covering for many months on GB News. The Irish people very, very unhappy here in Dublin. Tell us about this protest. What happened?
Well, we're on a place called Coolack. That's where we're at. It's on the Malahide Road, north of Dublin. Of course, North Dublin has took the majority of immigrants that have came in. And if you take it that there's about a fifth of Ireland's population are now immigrants, what has actually happened here is that the big paint factory that was sitting behind me has been now designated for housing immigrants, believed to be about 1,500 young males coming into it. And this area is struggling for infrastructure as we speak. I mean, it has done for quite a while. There's very few schools here. There's only one play park in the area, etc. And there's a lot of social housing. Now, these protests have been going on for about 3 months, and last night the Garda moved in to move these protesters from here. An excavator was set on fire inside. These huge concrete walls, silo walls for farms, were actually put in place at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and the Garda opened up on what were just local people. I mean, there was pensioners rammed with riot shields, pepper spray deployed, and actually sitting here at this minute in time, Martin, I mean, I grew up in Northern Ireland in the height of the Troubles, and I've seen the playbook. It's now coming out now. The last 20 minutes, the Garda Síochána's helicopter is overhead. There's been various thunder runs of the police force going past here in vans, etc. And this is straight out of the playbook, how to disperse a crowd and almost intimidate them, almost try and force them out of the area before that starts. But I can tell you in the last 10 minutes the crowds are swelling here, and from someone that did and was brought up in the height of the Troubles in Northern Ireland, really politicians need to ask the local people here what they want, what is their problem, and what they want to see happen with their community. Because of course housing is short in here. They've asked for more housing, were denied it, and now all of a sudden the very place that they asked for is being put into a place for immigrants. So really, this, unless politicians get a hold of this, this is going to get far, far worse.
Dougie Beattie, thanks for that update. We'll be joining you later on in the show. But before we end on this story, amongst those protesters was a 78-year-old man who was pepper sprayed by the police. And this is what he had to say in the aftermath.
And he moved them from over there when it was rounding up on them.
It's disgraceful. Disgraceful. Dad, you go on back over there. I don't want you getting involved in this. Go on. Whatever, I have to be here.
I'm only thinking of my grandkids.
I know what you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of my grandchildren. My grandchildren.
78 years of age, and that guard stuck it into my face and sprayed me all over. Standing here peacefully, I'm only thinking of my grandchildren. And I hope everybody else is thinking of their children.
That's powerful stuff. And Garda Commissioner Drew Harris dismissed claims that the local community were pushed towards the riot and cited misinformation about asylum seekers as a critical factor.
Well, as you've said yourselves already, people knew about the crown paint and that it would be used for accommodation. So there was no surreptitious approach to this. It wasn't covert. Everybody knew what the premises were to be used for. And in terms then of actual contractors arriving on site, as range between the contractor and IPAS, we also have an involvement in the planning in respect of that. But it's not so much, I think, that which is driving the sentiment. Part of the sentiment which is driven here has been driven by misinformation, disinformation being propagated about these individuals who are seeking shelter in our country.